this is being created. So in and through this whole universe, this consciousness is there. On this consciousness, everything is floating. But the problem is, we think that the world as it is existing, we think it is like that. So God has changed itself. That's what Swamiji said here. The Absolute has become changed, as it were, into the whole of nature. But here comes the difficulty. How is it possible for the Absolute to change? What made the Absolute to change? Because Absolute has no condition. Nothing can change it. Our consciousness also is not changed. We are not changed. But what happens, we identify with this world, this body-mind complex and this whole scenario. And this identification is not real in ultimate analysis. Because this is changing all the time. Whatever changes is not permanent. And whatever is not permanent, it is not real. Reality must not change. So this change, as it were, it is vivarta, not vikara. It is apparent. It is not in real. Then only we can understand this. Anyway, let us go and see what Swamiji says next.
But we have avoided one difficulty and landed in another. In every theory, the idea of God comes through the idea of unchangeability. We have traced historically how the one idea which we have always in mind in the search of God, for God, even in its crudest form, is the idea of freedom. And the idea of freedom and of unchangeability is one and the same. It is the free alone which never changes, and the unchangeable alone which is free. For change is produced by something exterior to a thing, or within itself, which is more powerful than the surroundings. Everything which can be changed is necessarily bound by certain cause or causes, which cannot be unchangeable. Supposing God has become this universe, then God is here and has changed. And suppose the infinite has become the finite universe, so much of the infinite has gone, and therefore God is infinite minus the universe. A changeable God would be no God. To avoid this doctrine of pantheism, there is a very bold theory of the Vedanta. It is that this universe, as we know and think it, does not exist, that the unchangeable has not changed, that the whole of this universe is mere appearance and not reality, that this idea of parts and little beings and differentiations is only apparent, but not the nature of the thing itself. God has not changed at all and has not become the universe at all. We see God as the universe because we have to look through time, space, and causation. It is time, space, and causation that make this differentiation apparently, but not really. This is a very bold theory indeed. Now, this theory ought to be explained a little more clearly. It does not mean idealism in the sense in which it is generally understood. It does not say that this universe does not exist. It exists. But at the same time, it is not what we take it for. To illustrate this, the example given by the Advaita philosophy is well known. In the darkness of night, a stump of a tree is looked upon as a ghost by some superstitious person, as a policeman by a robber, as a friend by someone waiting for his companion. In all these cases, the stump of the tree did not change, but there are apparent changes, and these changes were in the minds of those who saw it.
So this is what Swamiji is indicating, that it is vivarta, not vikara. But it is difficult. Of course, it is difficult to conceive this. So till we reach that state, there is no harm thinking that yes, I am interacting with God. In this world, whatever we are interacting with, ultimately it is our consciousness that we interact with and to our consciousness. Therefore, it is not harmful. Only if we go to the revolutes or we can the evolutes. If we are stick to this, so what is that? Avidya, kama, karma. Then it is difficult. But if it is dedicated to God, if it is with this idea that I am interacting with God, then it is not harmful. So this is difficult to understand. It is difficult to practice. But the truth must be truth, even if it is difficult. And truth will not pay homage to the society or to anything. But we have to pay homage for our own survival, for our own realization. So after this, let us go to the shloka, but before just a little, it is important. Now here is fruit. What is the fruit of Vairagya? Vairagyasya phalam bodha. Bodhasya uparati phalam. Anandanubhavacha shantihi. Eshaiva uparati phalam. So these are the sequence. What are those? Vairagyasya phalam bodha. If someone has real vairagya, renunciation, then his understanding will be clear. If it is not clear, that means he has no vairagya, no renunciation. He is still infatuated with the things of the world. Bodhasya uparati phalam. Uparati means total abstinence, total withdrawal. Upaharati. That means who has withdrawn from the senses, from the objects. So this understanding will give this fruit. That since this world is only apparent, I am not interested in it. Does it mean that he'll stop eating, drinking? Not like that. Vyavahara will be the same. But his understanding will be such that he will not be entangled anymore. He will not be infatuated with the things of the world anymore. And then what will happen when one attains uparati? Then one will have the bliss, swanandan bhavat, shanti. And when one attains the experience of bliss within, then one will have shanti, peace. Otherwise, he will be buffeted by senses. He will be tossed about because of the senses. Raga, Dvesha, Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Abhinivesha. These are the evolutes or the sequences that happens, and because of Raga and Dvesha, one will be buffeted by it. So this is the sequence, and this is very important. And if one finds that he has no peace, that means he has not experienced this bliss. And that means he has no uparati. He has not withdrawn from the senses. And if one has no not withdrawal from senses, that means he has no understanding, correct wisdom. And if that correct wisdom, why it has not come? It has not come because of lack of renunciation. It's very difficult, no doubt about it. So, for bhaktas it is comparatively easier. Bhakta has to love God. Through love of God, he attains renunciation of things of the world. And by the grace of God, he attains the understanding, bodha. And naturally everything drops off from him. We can see the example of Sri Ramakrishna. He loved Mother Kali so much that all other things dropped away from him. And he attained that state of Varati, and he attained bliss, and naturally there is no conflict, and therefore he was with peace. He is peaceful. So these are the sequence. We are to study ourselves, what we are in. If it is lots of turmoil that goes on in our mind, that means we have not renunciation. It's very important. Now, how to attain this renunciation is very important. As we are studying today, Sri Ramakrishna says, I and mine, these constitute ignorance. My house, my wealth, my learning, my possessions, the attitude, the prompts one to say such things comes of ignorance. So again we can see avidya, then asmita, this is mine and everything belongs to me, this is me, you don't know who am I, all these ideas. So it comes from avidya, ignorance. Sri Ramakrishna also says the same thing. My learning, my possessions, the attitude that prompts one to say such things comes of ignorance. On the contrary, the attitude born of knowledge is, O God, Thou art the Master, and all these things belong to Thee. House, family, children, attendants, friends are Thine. That is why when Sri Rama asked Hanuman, how do you see me? Then he said, Deha buddhya dasoham. When I have body sense, then I am your servant. Jiva buddhya tadamshaka. When I am a jiva, when I feel I am a jiva, then I am your part. So connected. Atma buddhya tamevaham. And when I have the sense that I am the self, then I am yourself. So all the time connected. So it is not that he is separate. And he is suffering from ahamta and mamata, I-ness and mine-ness. One should constantly remember death. So how to get rid of this? That we have to think. I am dying every moment. This sense of death will give us enough renunciation. What will remain with me? Everything will be away from me. Nothing can be taken from here. So this I and mineness can be get rid of by cultivating death. That death is snaring at us every moment. One should constantly remember death. Nothing will survive death. We are born into the world to perform certain duties. Like the people who come from the countryside to Calcutta on business. If a visitor goes to a rich man's garden, the superintendent says to him, "This is our garden." So apparently he may identify but he knows within himself that nothing belongs to me. So we are to conceive this way. This world looks like it belongs to me, but nothing belongs to me. This is to be cultivated. Nothing will survive death. If a visitor goes to a rich man's garden, the superintendent says to him, "This is our garden, this is our lake," and so forth. But if the superintendent is dismissed for some misdeed, he can't carry away even his mango wood chest. Nothing he can carry. Say even that manager may carry something, but we will not carry anything from this world. He sends it secretly by the gatekeeper. So God loves on two occasions. He loves when the physician says to the patient's mother, "Don't be afraid, mother, I shall certainly cure your boy." God loves saying to himself, "I am going to take his life," and this man says he will save it. The physician thinks he is the master, forgetting that God is the master. God loves again when two brothers divide their land with a string, saying to each other, "This side is mine and that side is yours." He loves and says to himself, "The whole universe belongs to me," but they say they own this portion or that portion. So this is the way to cultivate renunciation. We are to think of death. Nothing will survive death. So we'll go to the next. Here this portion is what is the end result of renunciation and attainment of knowledge. But it is good to even read this. Yadyuttarattara bhava purvapurvantu nishphalam nivrittihi paramatriptir anando anupamah swataha. So this is the sequence by which one can cultivate first renunciation, and through renunciation, understanding, wisdom, and then withdrawal from senses, the objects of the world, and from withdrawal comes his joy, that means the sense of bliss, and then he attains peace, shanti. We will go to the next. When one attains vidya, that means wisdom, then what happens? What are the signs and symptoms of it? So, drishta dukheshu anidvego vidyayaha prastutam phalam yatkritam bhanti belayam nana karma jugupshitam paschanaro vivekena tat katham kartum arhati. So first he enumerates what happens when one attains this knowledge, or one attains wisdom. In Gita we find that this shloka, dukheshu anudvignamana, sukheshu vigatastriya. Till we have not gone from this world, we will face various situations. Something is not desired, or something is not palatable. and something is pleasing, this will come to all the embodied people. So, dukheshu anudvignamana. When something comes to that wise person, what happens? He whose mind is not shaken by adversity, who does not hanker after happiness, who has become free from affection, fear, and wrath, is indeed the Muni of steady wisdom. Dukheshu anudvignamana, sukheshu vigataskriya. He is not disturbed by any disturbance. Dukheshu, when sorrow or something which is not pleasing that comes to him, he is not disturbed. His mind is not disturbed. And when something pleasing comes, he is not dancing around. He is not attached with it. And he also goes beyond fear, affection, and he is free from all mental modifications. So this is the sign and symptoms of a person who is wise, who is established, who is with steady wisdom. When a man completely casts away all the desires of the mind, satisfied in the self alone, if we study, all our miseries are because of our expectations and desires. Therefore, the only way is to not desire, not to expect from the world nothing, not even a smile. This expectation binds us with this world. So when a man completely casts away, O Partha, all the desires of the mind, satisfied in the self alone by the self. Now here, self alone by the self means, is he self-centered? No. His mind is wide. His mind is embracing all, because there is only one, which is manifesting as all. So he is not self-centered. Rather, he loves all, but he loves not infatuated. He does not expect anything from anyone. So the next shloka, Sri Krishna says, Yaha sarvatan anabhisrihan tatata prapya shubhashubham nadhinanati nadveshti tasya pragya pratishtita. He who is everywhere unattached, not pleased at receiving good, nor vexed at evil, his wisdom is fixed. So such a person is not infatuated, neither he is attached with anything which is pleasing. He looks at it and he just as witness he stands. It will come, it will go away. So this is what the sign and symptoms of a person whose wisdom is steady. Then what happens? Can he do something which is done by those who are not yet established in wisdom? No. Such a person cannot do it. It is said, then then what? Everything is Brahman. Everything, all are Brahman, because everything is floating on our consciousness. If that is the case, then can one do something which is because of ignorance? No, he cannot. So in Panchadasha it is said, then what is the difference between a dog who eats anything and everything? So he has that sense of renunciation, that I am not interested. At the same time, he does not hate also. He does not, he is infatuated, neither he hates. So, yatkritam bhranti velayam nana karmo jukupshitam. So what happened when one was in ignorance? The same thing cannot happen when one attains knowledge. See, a person was sleeping. In sleep, he was tormented by the nightmare. And he all of a sudden he wakes up. Can he behave like that person when he was dreaming? No, he cannot. Because he understands that that was a dream, that was not reality. So, paschat naru vivekena tat katham kartumarhati. Kyun? Because after getting this sense of renunciation, one cannot have this. Things will come and appear, but with power of discrimination, he will find that I am not interested. Things will come. Even allurement will come. And something which is not wanted, that also will come. But he is no more affected by those things, those who have cultivated renunciation. We go to the next. Vidyaphalam syat asato nivritti. So the first, the result of wisdom, that he will be withdrawn from asat. Sat and asat. Sat means existence. Asat, which is non-existent. So, vidya phalam syat asato nivritti. Whatever does not exist, he is no more interested in that. Asataha nivritti. Pravrittihi ajnana phalam. But if he is still attached and if he entertains those things, that means he is still in ajnana. Pravrittihi, that means to entertain those objects which are not real. That means he has not woken up. That means he is still in ajnana. So we are to study ourselves, what state we are in. Tadikshitam. Yach jnana gayor yat mrigatrishtikado. So once, as Swamiji experienced, when he saw the mirage and understood that it is mirage, he was not running for the water anymore. So tas gyayor yan mrigatrishnikado nochet vidyam drishtafalam kimasmat. If someone is still going for water after realizing that, oh, it is not real, it is only apparent. But if he goes for water after experiencing that this is mirage, that means he has not attained knowledge. Maybe he has acquainted with it, but knowledge is not attained by him. So this is the fruit of renunciation. So we go to the next. Say a dreamer also, after waking up, he will not do something which he did in his dream state. Similarly, though this will not disappear, but to the person it will be clear that this is only apparent. It is not in reality. Now we are studying Jnana Yoga. So naturally we talk this. For a devotee, when one sees that everything is God, how can he indulge himself in base things, lower things? He cannot. Because he sees everything is pervaded by God. God alone exists. Therefore, he is not interested in anything which is not God. So, ajnana granthe vinashah yad ashishah anichho vishayah kim nu pravrite karanam swatah. If once this doubt is removed, because why this doubt? Why this desire, avidya, kama, karma? It is because of ajnana. Ajnana, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. So it is because of ignorance. Once that is burnt, once that is gone, once that is removed, then how one can be willing to enjoy those things? He cannot. Simply he cannot. Says, we can give an example. Sri Ramakrishna, after attaining wisdom, or after attaining seeing God in the form of Mother Kali, when Sri Maya, Holy Mother Sri Devi came to Dakshineshwar, they used to live in the same room. And Sri Ramakrishna once told to himself, you see, this is your wife. You have full power, or you have you can have fulfill your desire. But as soon as he thought about it, he went into samadhi, because that was not possible for him to behave like ordinary human being. So he could not indulge in ordinary desires. So in the same similar idea is given next also. Vasana anudayah bhogye vairagyasya sadavadhi aham bhavodaya bhavah bodhasya paramavadhi lina vrittir anutpattir yado uparates tu sa. When one does not feel attracted to the desired objects, then his renunciation is mature. Vasana anudaya. That means desire is absent, not udaya. Vasana anudaya bhogya. Though desired objects are present, as I gave the example of Holy Mother, but Sri Ramakrishna could not think otherwise. because he experienced that in all existence, in all beings, it is the Divine Mother who exists. He could not think otherwise. So therefore, now here these are for examples. Because their behavior pattern also should match with this. But they are far evolved, or maybe we can say this is only for ordinary sadhakas. But Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, they are incarnation of God. They took this guise of sadhaka and attained the same thing. Whereas this is being said for ordinary sadhakas. And incarnation comes to validate this. Therefore, we have to take these examples from them. Vasana udaya bhogye vairagyasya tadavadhihi. So that means one has matured in one's renunciation. When though the object of enjoyment is present, but he is not interested. Aham bhavadaya bhavaha bodhasya paramavati. And though there is ego, but the absence of ego is the wisdom. That is the limit of wisdom. And we find in Sri Ramakrishna. Though he is saying, sometimes he could not say that Ami, I am. He would say Ikhane, this place. But even when saying Ami, that also is like a child of 5 years old. So that means we can see there the wisdom. Lina buddhir. So once that all the mental modifications are merged and it's not formed again. So that is Uparati. So this is the limit of Uparati. Uparati means total withdrawal from senses.
Go to the next.
So any question? Because I am only talking. Though this is high standard, no doubt. And now this is the fruit of Vairagya. But and again, we give some examples, but these examples are one-sided. When we say one is like a lion, it does not mean that he has a big face. Rather, what we relate the valor, the courage of that person. So this one has to keep in mind. So when a person is deluded by dream or because of the attraction of this world, these are exemplified as mirage. One is attracted to water in the mirage. We have to take that much alone. So anyway, we go to the next.
Start a new chapter.
Yeah. Yeah, now this is very important because what happens to a person who is free while living. Free while living. So he lives. Now, one thing that one stock example is given, that how this all the functions of the body, mind goes on when one attains that supreme state. Because this idea of body mind means it is under ignorance. If someone has idea that I have a body and I have mind, and that means one is in that state, he is involved in body mind. That means how can one have that state of wisdom? Still one thinks that this is I am body mind. So stock example is given as a running wheel. If it gets free, what happens? It has some momentum left. So it goes to a certain extent and then it falls off. Similarly, this prarabdha, this body, because of prarabdha karma, when that is fruiting, so that fruit is to be exhausted. That cannot be taken away. As the another example is given, like a arrow is thrown to a target. It cannot be taken. It cannot be withdrawn till it reaches its target. Similarly, if a person attains, if and when a person attains that wisdom, still he has some leftover prarabdha karma that one has to exhaust. But for him there will be no sanchita karma, because that's already burnt because of the knowledge, and there will not be any future karma because of his knowledge. So, brahmakarataya sada sthitataya nirmukta bahya arthadhi anyavedita bhogya bhogakalanu nidjalavat balavat. Now two examples are given. Nidjalavat. See, like when we get up, still we are under the spell of sleep, or balavat, like a child of 5 years old. So brahmakarataya sada sthitataya nirmukta bahya arthadhi. So he is totally free. Sapnalokita lokavat jagadidam pashyan kvachit labdhadhira te kaschit ananta punya phalabhuk dhanyah samanyo bhuvi. Such a person who has gone beyond ignorance, it happens because of his infinite accumulation of good karma, or because of that happened, and he is very fortunate. Such a person attains this state of Brahmarup. So he attains that knowledge when he totally gets rid of objective and, because of ignorance or sense of objects. So such a person, what happens? He behaves like Nidra Alvat. But we find in Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna is incarnation. So as if he is involved, but he is not involved in this world. He instructs And even he says, when somebody says that you have gone beyond anger, he says, no, that day I was angry with the coach one, that means the driver of a cart. So, anger or whatever we see, only its stress is there. As Ramakrishna gave an example, like a rope burnt. It looks like rope, but it cannot bind anymore. So this idea of ego, he will say that aham, but that aham will not bind him. So he will behave like a boy. That means he is beyond three gunas. So though he comes out from the state of samadhi to this world, but he knows that this is only apparent, it is not real. That the same venom will not be there. Can you read the meaning?
No. Free from any sense of reality of external sense objects, only seeming to enjoy such sense objects as are offered by others like one sleepy or like a child, beholding this world like one seen in dreams, and having cognition of it at chance moments, rare indeed, is such a man, the enjoyer of the fruits of endless merit, and he alone is blessed and esteemed on earth. There are two things. The only seeming, this part, it says, when his attendants or friends offer him food or some such thing, he takes it but half conscious, his mind being deeply absorbed in the Brahman.
We see in the example of Sri Ramakrishna, when he was in Advaita state, for 6 months, he would not even eat, he would not even do as ordinary people. So a monk came by the will of God and would force some food through his mouth, sometimes by eating, to bring the senses to the body. So such experience that we can find in Sri Ramakrishna. And when he came out of that state, he enjoyed as the Leela, the divine play of Divine Mother. So this world then, it is not a place of khai dayamit majaruti. So then it is not a place, it is place of mirth and not of suffering. So that is the state of Trigunatita state. So one is not bound with any binding forces. So we'll go forward. As of now, today we have completed this state, and let us have that Jivan Mukti in all of us. Let us attain that Jivan Mukti state. That is our prayer. But for that, we need to cultivate renunciation. And through renunciation, the wisdom and also withdrawal, total withdrawal from the senses, sense objects. That will come in course of time, so we will pray. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashyati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Namaste, Swami. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste.